only have one chance to make the best first impression. One single moment that defines the best of everything you have to offer this world. So choose a marketing company who will empower your business with equal amounts passion and creative energy. From high-impact video advertising to website design, branding, SEO, social media, and every stage of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you. Go big. Age of digital marketing, we are your secret weapon. You want attention? The spotlight's on you.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Some of you in the chat are saying there's some audio issues, so want to know what's going on with that. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Some of you in the chat are saying there's some audio issues, so want to know what's going on with that. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Some of you in the chat are saying there's some audio issues, so want to know what's going on with that. Anyway, let me see if I can address that. See if what is going on with the audio here. Anyway, let me see if I can address that. See if this right here is better. Sound like someone needs to mute their line. Anyway, let me see if I can. I've got everything muted here, so I'm not sure if this right here is better. Sound like someone needs to mute their line. All right, see if that's better. Let me know if that's better, guys. Testing, testing. God dang, big time feedback. Now we got it. Sorry, I just missed one button there. So, guys, thanks so much for joining in. I'm not perfect. I'm just a redneck that uses computers and cell phones quite a bit, and I've had a lot going on this week. I've been messing with my laptop quite a bit. I've been editing some pretty good videos, I think. So, hopefully, you guys got to watch the Vexus video, and that is a badass bass boat. It is also over $90,000, which is just a little bit less than the house I live in. And if you can afford it, why not? If you got it, flaunt it. That's kind of what I say. If I won the lottery tonight, I'd probably go order an orange one. So we're gonna have a pretty different show tonight. Again, I apologize for the audio at the start. So if you're just now joining, we're going to talk about what is wrong with the fishing industry. Um, so I'm sure you guys saw that thumbnail that I edited up today. So we're going to cover a lot of those topics. And as always, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you don't want to subscribe, I don't give a shit. So I'm not going to beg for subscribers like some people I've seen doing lately, and it's really freaking annoying. So if people like your content, they're going to hit the button. I mean, you only got to ask once. So, but before we get into that, I've got to let you guys know there is a new Baitman box available on the 6 Cents website. This is the kind of the late spawning box, and you're going to get a bunch of stuff in this. So let's go through what I picked out. The Divine Hybrid Jig. This one is Peanut Butter Magic. This color you can use about anywhere. This is a half ounce. Thank you, part-time fishing. I have lost a ton of weight, and I'm going to try to keep it off. You're also going to get a 3/8 ounce Divine Hybrid Jig. This is Candy Crawl. I'll take this out here real quick and let you guys see this Candy Crawl. It's got a little purple flake in it. I like that purple. And I'm going to give away this Baitman box on Instagram and Facebook tomorrow. So it's kind of got that magic crawl look to it. It's going to be a color that's going to work around anywhere in the country. Bush fishing, dock fishing, whatever. Then I've got you a couple Divine swim jigs in here. So this is Pro Green Shad right here. And then I've got this bluegill color. This is bluegill fire. So got your shad pattern, a bluegill pattern. That's going to make your jig game strong, as my buddy Randy would say. And then I've got some Divine shaky heads because it does get kind of tough this time of year. Shaky head will catch you some fish. Rig up your favorite bed and bait. It's a good way to catch them off the beds right here. Do I know when the 13 fishy topwater baits will be available on TW? Probably soon, considering some of the other hard baits are showing up. Actually, think about buying a couple. And then we're going to have some hard baits. Got your topwater bait in this month's Baitman box. This is the Splashback 70 in Bluegill Fire. I love this little pop art. This is a great bait. And then we got you a wake bait. Y'all saw me put this in my personal collection a couple weeks ago. This is the Movement 80 Wake Spanish Bone. You cannot go wrong with bone, topwater, or wake bait. So, and then also we put in another movement, the Ghost Pro Shad. Regular movement goes like 0 to 3 foot. Great for getting really, really shallow. Imitate some of those gizzard or threadfin shad that are moving up in the real shallow water. And let's see here. There's also a thing of 6 Cents peg stops. So that is this month's Baitman box. It's available on the 6 Cents website. All you gotta do is log on to the website, click more, and it says the Baitman box, and this is the box you'll get. It's about $55-$60 for the stuff. You'll get it for $45.99. Use that code Baitman for 10% off any of your orders on 6 Cents website. Casey and the guys treat me really, really good there, and I like their stuff. So I wouldn't have done the Baitman box if I didn't use their stuff all the time, anyways. Um, and again, before we get on this rant, I've got a few things I'm going to go over real quick. JD Sportsroom, the audio is working, bud. I did fix that issue. I have trouble in the early spring catching bass. What bait should I use in early spring? Jerk bait, mid depth crankbait, lipless, and drag a jig. So, I love Scottsboro swim baits. One of my favorite swim baits out there. Man, I'm not going to do no collabs for a while. I'm going to keep it Baitman original. Me and Ben Milliken got some plans, and right now, that's about the only guy I'm going to collab with. And then I've got a local guy here, Kendall Arnold Fishing, who's been really want to do something, and I think he's a good kid, and I'm going to go hang out with him one day. So, but I got a local guy here that, well, he's from Clarksville. He custom colors a lot of baits, and he's got the same mold as Scottsboro Tackle. And he sent me these right here. And this is his version of Gizzard Shad. His name is Alan KLK Hacker, and he's a military guy right there around Clarksville and Fort Campbell area. So shout out to Alan for making these. I sent him a picture a long time ago of a gizzard and what I thought it should look like, and he knocked this out of the park. So you look him up on Facebook or Instagram. He is really, really good at doing color matches and all kinds of stuff. I still love Scottsboro Tackle Company. Nothing's changed there, but I'm definitely going to throw these as well because that's a color they don't make. And, just like a custom crankbait, just because I get my 10XDs painted in something color, that mean I'm not going to throw it. Um, Sometimes other guys make something similar and get something a little custom. So shout out to Alan for doing that. Those Scottsboros hold up really well. Actually, the line through, the one y'all saw in my video, I've probably caught 15 fish on it, and it's still going really, really well. So let's see here. Other thing, I got sent some rods, and one of them I got right here. This is from Douglas Outdoors, and this is a 784 Swimbait rod. You see this big long handle. I can't even get it in frame. Lots of foam there. This rod is super, super light. They sent me a 7.5 heavy, and I was kind of pitching it around the other day. It's very light, very sensitive. So shout out to Fred, the rod designer, Can Toy. You've seen his M.Y. Kelly Jordan's video, but he designs all the rods for Douglas, and I can't wait to throw some big swimmers on this thing right here. It's super nice. Very I gotta think of the word, a classic design. It's not going to be crazy loud colors or anything. Just a matte gray blank. Very very smooth, very sensitive. It's got good Fuji Alkanite guides on it, but it is impressively light. I can't wait. I needed a true big swim bait rod for big paddle tails, trash fish, stuff like that. So appreciate those guys for hooking me up with that right there. So I'm going to answer a few questions, and we're going to light this roast on fire. So let's go back here a little bit. The Vexus is ugly, but let's be honest, it's cool. Yeah, I agree with that. There are some things I don't like about it. There are plenty of things I do like. Mainly the price, but the ride is amazing. The front end, the looks of the front end are kind of crazy. But when you're on the deck, it's totally different. I mean, it makes that boat a whole lot bigger. From my point of view, I filmed fishing videos for several years. And it was always tough getting right there on the nose of the boat, film a different angle when the sun's bad. That boat makes it really easy. All right, let's see here. Good to see you here, Monty McWilliams. Let's see. Guggen baits are actually good. Don't at me. Well, we're fixing to talk about the Guggens and Guggen baits, and there's nothing wrong with the Guggen baits. I'll tell you right now. Can we view a few of the 6 cents wake baits? Yeah, I just had that Movement 80X up there. All right. People are taking me seriously. Oh, Monty, you didn't have to do that, buddy. I've told you about that. Thank you so much, Monty McWilliams. Appreciate it. We are got to go fishing. Big time. People are not taking me seriously. No, Biden. Oh, hit me up for more details. I'm not kidding. I don't know if I need to do that, buddy. Let's see. What top water do you like for blueback herring legs? That's a great question. So I'll answer that. I like skinny, small top waters, like a gunfish. Is a really, really good one. You want top water baits that you can throw way, way out there, especially because those uh, spotted bass a lot of times chase these blueback herrings everywhere and largemouth, and they'll come up schooling almost anywhere at any time. But I like those, like the gunfish 95, 115. I like the Lucky Craft Sammy a whole lot, and then that I'm a little stick that Justin Atkins, or I like to call him Mr. Jenkins. He won the Force Wood Cup on, so can't go wrong with that stuff. I'm a skimmer's really good. I like those smaller profile, real narrow top water baits that you can cast like a bullet and walk really, really fast. All right, let's see here. Send me a message on Instagram and we'll talk. Uh, High Review TV. Let's see. Uh, Audio is overmodulated. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, buddy. Hey, do that, Frank. All right. Have I tried one of Milliken's rods? No, but they're going to send me one, and I've talked to Ben about it. So I don't know what your Facebook post is, MG Fishing Podcast. All right. Thank you for the 6 cents code. Helped me. It was great. It was essentially a free divine swim jig. Hey, heck yeah, DJ. Anytime y'all need anything, let me know. So I'm just going to answer a few more questions. We got to get into this. I just set up a new Corrado K, put on a 7-foot medium heavy Dobbins Fury with 15 pounds cigar invisible. That setup work? Yeah, that setup will work awesome. Uh, just depends on what you want to do with 7-foot medium heavy is the most versatile rod out there. You can worm fish, spinnerbait fish, topwater fish, throw some crankbaits on it, throw a buzz bait, small swim baits. It's a really good setup. I do not fish any coastals or BFLs on Kentucky Lake. Number one, I'm not paying $340 to fish in a BFL. That's just freaking ridiculous. And so that's a topic I'm fixing to talk about. So that's right. So here, let's just go ahead and get this started off. These are things. What is wrong with the fishing industry? So let's start at the very top right now. Let's talk about Bassmaster. Let's talk about FLW. We're going to talk about Major League Fishing. So a lot of things have been going on there. Some people say Boyd Duckett is the devil, and he's trying to monopolize everything, just like Johnny Morse. And it's going to be the Bass Pro Tour. Um, some people said Major League Fishing is buying FLW. Um, I do know that Johnny Morse and FLW had talks at one time last year. That was before the Major League Fishing deal went down. That comes from a very, very good source. But they also said nothing is ever final until a pen hits the paper. So pretty much from if you hear it, it's probably a rumor. When you get the guys, people that start work from FLW, they quit commenting on stuff and won't talk. It's probably a good sign something's going on. But as far as that, right now, I haven't seen any people like that on social media really saying a whole lot. But yeah, BFL is actually, I think for a boater, it costs almost $300. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, the one good thing is they did take away the tournament tax. So here we go. Let's start. Let's start with bass. Here's what I don't like about bass. I think, and this is all my opinion. Um, I think what I don't like about bass is there seems to be a lot of people whining at bass, really upset that the KVDs and Iconellis and whoever else left. And There's some jealousy there that MLF formed its own tour, and those guys should have stayed. And one thing I do not like it when people say is, well, Bass made those guys. Let's just be honest. If you're a good fisherman, the cream is going to rise to the top. It doesn't matter if you fish Bass or FLW or Major League Fishing. Here's a good example. Scott Canterbury cut his teeth over at FLW, and now he's in Bass, and guess what? He's hammering them because he's a hammer. He probably could have fished the Western Gary Dobbins Bass Tour and done just as well. And that's something that I think people need their ego checked a little bit. Ray Scott formed Bass, but it didn't invent the Bass tournament. And every time an angler walks across that stage, as my buddy JoJo says, Ray gets a little jingle in his pocket. These companies would not put these tournaments on if they couldn't make money from it. So, of course, Bass wants everyone to not leave and follow them because they get the best magazine subscription service for bass fishermen in the country. So, if a lot of people aren't joining Bass, that really hurts their pocketbooks. So I'm just really tired of seeing the whining and anglers' wives on there, basically flaming MLF anytime chance they can. But guys, forget just a couple of years ago, whatnot, FLW was formed, and they're saying all the same stuff. Oh, FLW's not going to make it. Forest Wood, they just want to sell Ranger boats, which is true. It's just ridiculous. Now, saying that, I do like Bass, and I continue to watch Bass. I watch all of them, and I think Bass Live is really, really good. Love Mark Zona, Ronnie Moore, Mike Suchin. Those are all good dudes, and probably the best live part going. But I just I'm just not big on that. MLF is a joke. Going to leave a lot of pros high and dry. I disagree. I think MLF is really good. Now, saying that, so here's part of my whole, what I don't like is people say MLF is a joke. Okay, it obviously wasn't a joke because it ran so long on TV in their normal format and people loved it. So what they try to do is bring it to an actual tour. So now I go on my MLF horse. And I really don't like it when people automatically assume something's going to fail because it's different. So, aka Guggen baits. People are like, oh, that shit's junk, ain't going to use it. They're Guggen baits. Listen, they'll catch fish. Now, whether you like to use them or not, that's up to you. Me personally, I'm probably going to throw Reaction Innovations or Big Bite or Strike King before them. But I'm not going to sit here and wish somebody fell. That's something that's really, really drives me insane. Is I think a lot of people make those comments because they want Major League Fishing to fail. Personally, I love the fish care. I got a lake right here called Kentucky Lake, and it was ruined by tournament fishermen. Yes, the Asian carp have had a huge, huge impact. Don't get me wrong, but I think bass tournaments ruined our lake just as much, if not for the carp. Terrible fish care. Hey man, let's box up 5 in the middle of summer so we can get that Instagram pic. Yo, dude, don't do no good to hold up 5 when 2 of them are dead as hell. I see that all the time. So if you want to box your bass to show up for a photo, and I've done it, do it in the spring, whether not stressed out or anything. I'm going to call your ass out if you put a 4-pack of bass up there and 2 of them had golden eyes. And don't try to argue with some of us. The golden eye doesn't lie. They don't just come out of your box with the scales half on and their eyes are all glazed yellow and say, oh, well, she swam off. No, she floated off. So, but I would like to know why some of you guys think MLF will do to professional bass fishing what happened in NASCAR. So, here's what happened in NASCAR. And that's just my opinion. Probably another podcast. Dale Earnhardt died in the story. When Dale died, NASCAR died. So, here's the deal. We got to take care of the fish. We've been, as tournament bass fishermen, brainwashed that 5 bass is all you bring in scales. It doesn't matter. 5 legal bass. Well, why shouldn't you count a fish that's legal? If it's legal to catch a 15-inch bass, if you catch as many as you want to when you're out fishing, you just got to throw it back. Why can't we count that? So a lot of people got to understand Major League Fishing is not bass. They're not FLW. So quit comparing the two. They're their own entity. Uh, they're all for catching as most fish as you can in an 8-hour period. I'm cool with that. And I've heard people say it's a dink fest or I could do that. No, you couldn't. Shut up. Sit down. So now that said, I do think there's some things that Major League Fishing could improve on. Number one, I would like to see there be a cap on the amount of fish you catch. Um, some lakes, I'm just going to be honest, you're going to catch a lot of dinks just to get a bigger bite. Some lakes, like Lake Jordan, uh, for example, a dink there is like a 3-pounder. So, um, but I would like to see, your best 20, or even go into the final day, it's your best 5. So you really throw the guys a curveball. You got to fish for most weight, most weight, most weight, and then the last day, it's your best 5. Um, I'm not worried about weigh-ins personally. I'm not going to go stand up there and watch guys weigh fish in a bag. I've never really been a big fan of it. It's just more delayed mortality, especially in the summer. But also, my deal is there too. Here's something else I really don't like about Major League Fishing. So you got a guy. Let's just take. This just happened 2 tournaments in a row. Kelly Jordan breaks a record, just freaking dominates people. Okay, he doesn't even make the final day. You got another guy, Zach Burge, my boy Zach, absolute hammer, dominates, sets another record, uh, highest total for 2 days ever in MLF. Doesn't make the final day. Personally, I think if the guy that wins day 1 and day 2, he shouldn't have to finish the sudden death round. He should go automatically to Sunday because, dude, you got to beat some hammers to win that, and you got to catch a lot of weight. Shouldn't penalize those guys for 2 days of fishing and penalize them over 8 hours. It took them 16 hours of fishing to win that. Why are we penalizing them so you don't get to go fish the last day because 8 hours you did no good? I think the winners should automatically get a pass. That's just me. I think that will be a lot better, make for better TV. You're still going to have guys fish different, but you've got to reward those guys and give them an incentive to not sandbag. You know, that guy that's kind of like borderline. That's I'm pretty safe here, which I don't think you're very safe in Major League Fishing at all. That's why I think you see guys like Zach and Kelly when they can catch them, they're going to catch them. So. That's something I'd like to see, and MLF, all the anglers make the rules there. Um, so I think the winners of that should get a bye. That's just me. Again, I don't make the rules; I just watch. 2, uh, I really disagree with the if you fish Major League Fishing, you're not allowed to go to any competitors' expo. Um, I won't say that bothers me really bad, but in a business sense, let's say I work for Nike. Maybe I design shoes for Nike. Maybe I'm a Nike athlete. They're not really going to like me going to an Adidas shoe convention. It's just not good business. Now, saying that, Bass and FLW, those anglers are independent contractors. They don't have a contract with Bass or contract with FLW that I'm aware of. They're independent contractors. They're on their own. They're trying to survive on sponsorship dollars. Now, what MLF did is make those anglers sign a contract that they would be with MLF for 3 years, which is actually a pretty smart move. As I always say, uh, why can't we have an organization where it's just like NBA, all that stuff? When you fish for the organization, you're on a contract. Your salary is based upon how you negotiate your contract based on your performance. And by performance, I mean how you do in a tournament, not because you have a great Instagram following and you never catch shit. So, um, but I did watch the Bass Talk Live a little bit with Boyd Duckett, and I'll be honest, I don't think Boyd Duckett is the devil at all. He's been really nice to me. He does copy the shit out of some baits, though. But he's always been nice to me, and he's a good businessman. And sometimes good business people are not the easiest people to deal with. And you can say what you want to about Donald Trump. Uh, Same deal right there. Pisses a lot of people off, but at the end, he's usually right, and he's got a lot of money in his pocket. And I'm a guy that builds windows for a living, so I really can't say a whole lot. Um, do MLF anglers get a salary? I want to say um, no, but they get a royalty. Well, they get a percentage. I forget how it works. They get a share of all the ad revenue and stuff like that through sponsorships, and that was in the TV show. I don't know how it works again, but I would like to see some more commentary on MLF. I don't know who Natty Up North is. She's got a YouTube channel, and from what I've seen, Natty Up North does not appeal to the Britneys down south. I'll just say that. JT Kenny's a good ass dude. I spent a lot of time with him, and JT knows his stuff. I actually like Marty Stone. It's just that Marty Stone's Marty, and it can be a little dry sometimes. But Marty's a good fisherman, and he's been with Major League Fishing for a long time. The color guy, he is a little infomercially. He's got the infomercial voice. So who knows? Maybe y'all can tell MLF get the Baitman on there. Maybe I need my own bait segment. I think it'd go really good. Um, but Natty has an amazing ass. That's her selling point. So let's talk about women in fishing. So if you saw the thumbnail, I'm going to be honest. There's too much of that crap on Instagram. So what really bothers me is if you got a nice rack and a nice ass, and you hold up a fish in your profile picture, these freaking people will throw money at you. They'll throw free product. And one, and I don't mean this negative, it really hurts the women fishermen that aren't trying to be Instagram famous, but they're trying to actually catch fish, get any type of sponsorship. Uh, I mean, yeah, I like to look at good looking women. Who doesn't? There's women that like to look at good looking women. But there's also people when you're on the business side, let's just say I'm trying to get something from Orca Coolers, all right, just for example. I don't have any affiliation with any cooler company. I'm a fisherman, and I'm working my butt off. I make a proposal. I finish good in tournaments. I have a good social media and everything. And they're like, we're just going to go another direction. And then I see Bambi over here with her freaking tits hanging out and a bunch of freaking tattoos around her crotch area that says "Enter here." Oh, look at my new Orca cooler. Follow me on Instagram. Blah blah blah. Yes, sex sells, but man, it's just that person didn't have to work for it. And I guess, do I blame the women? Absolutely not. I guess if I had a big rack, which, probably about a year ago, I was getting there until I lost some weight. But, it's just, and they're all the same. They all got fake titties and big asses. And, I'll look at it. I'll show my wife photos like, damn, I made the commentary the other night. I said, I'll tell you what you need to do. And I said, you just need me to go take a bunch of photos for about 2 days, and you can get all the free fishing stuff you want. Um, Unfortunately, I'm not going to sell my wife out like that. I would love to have her on the YouTube channel, but she's going to be fishing. She's not going to be just, it pisses me off. You see one of these chicks and they got the rod upside down. They're like, oh, well, you go to saltlifebabes.com and you'll get 20% off your t-shirts. Okay, why don't you go to tacklewarehouse.com or log on my YouTube channel and figure out how to reel that damn reel. Now, there are a few on there that are the exceptions. I did see one girl where she pours her own soft plastic baits and all that, and that's cool. And she is definitely a good-looking chick, so more power to her. But, let's be honest. How many days a year can you really go fishing in a bikini? I mean, yeah, I guess if you live in Florida or Louisiana, but I don't know. I just don't feel like selling yourself out like that is the way to go. Now, like I said, if you got it, blow on it, and all these girls got it. But do I blame them? Not so much as I blame the industry is really promoting that stuff. But there are some great fishermen out there. Hey, Nicole Mara, Michelle Jalava, those are some good looking chicks. And I say that with all respect. I'm married, but they're good looking women that obviously can fish. And there are some women that fish on the LBA tour, same boat. There's also some chicks that look like dudes and they can fish. So no offense to them either. I always found it interesting though. One thing that does bother me is all the women that want to compete with the guys and say, well, it's sexist and they treat me different. And they get on these freaking high horses on Facebook. And I've seen it, and you probably know who I'm talking about. Of just because I'm a girl, I can't drive a boat. And let me post this video of my skeeter running 71 miles an hour. And man, I beat a bullet. Oh, great. You must not be going wide open because a skeeter's not beating a bullet. I don't care what you say. I've been in both of them. All right. Now, go fish the LBA, and then maybe what I'm going to do is go, well, they can fish in the guys tour. It's 2019. We're all for equal rights. I'm going to go fish the LBAA. I would like to see what they say. There's no way they could deny me, because if they want to say, well, it's just for women, that's sexist. You're just segregating people. So I think throw them all together. If you want to fish, fish. Just you know, don't use your womenly status as a handicap. Lady Bass is awesome. She's pretty cool. She's been on the live stream several times. I think she's a really good fisherman. She's younger. Um, but y'all know who I'm talking about when y'all see the Instagram hoes. Baitman Bikini Box, yeah. Ranger is beating a bullet, by God. Yeah, probably in some really rough water. I've been in some good riding bullets, though. I tell you what, that Vexus is probably beating both. Now, I do want to say on that Vexus video, that VX21 is big and it's heavy and it's 22 foot long. So it is not a fast boat. Now, the VX20 supposedly runs 77, 78. And I will tell y'all a secret, Baitman secret right now. I'm going to be in a Camus boat very soon. Yeah, probably the first video you'll ever see of it online. It's going to be me and Earl's new boat. That's all. You can't say anything else. All right, so let's get into that part-time fishing. Let's get into the Guggen squad, man. People are blowing up my cell phone right now. Hunter the Hammer's texting me. He don't ever get on YouTube. If y'all remember Hunter the Hammer. He wants to know what won the Jetta Marina tournament. But let's talk about the Guggen squad. So Guggen baits, personally, like I said, y'all know my opinion. I'll be the first guy to admit. And some guy tried to roast me about 2 weeks ago and said his words were something like, "Well, first you said Guggen baits suck and you're selling out. Now you say they're okay. I can't stand the Guggens and I'm going to unsubscribe from your channel." Well, good. Guess what? I can change my opinion. Sue me. Um, but I'm not going to hate on somebody just for the fact that they make baits and put their name on it. You know what? There's people that hate on me all the time. No big deal. But, as far as the Guggen baits, I think there's a lot of people doing the same thing they do to Major League Fishing. They're like, well, the Guggens made them and they copied somebody and I ain't going to use them. I want to know how many of you guys buy Zoom. Because the last 4 baits Zoom has put out, they have completely knocked somebody off. They did it with the Kitech Easy Shiner. They've done it now with the Kitech Fat Swing Impact. They've done it with the Bastrix. And now they've got a new Ned bait that looks just like everybody else's Ned bait. I mean, come on. I mean, the biggest selling company. So if you're going to knock Guggen Squad for putting a Rage Tail flange on their baits, which they got permission from Steve Parks, the guy that invented it. They went about it the right way. You better start knocking some other people. I am trash, white trash. So anyway, that's kind of how I feel about it. Now, as far as the Guggen squad it goes himself, I'm not gonna lie. A couple of them weren't exactly um, super friendly to me. And it would be the ones that would be the most surprising. John B was cool. Alex Parrick was pretty cool. Actually, he was super nice. Flair's always been okay to me. Um, LFG, I think he's changed a little bit. I think he's let the fame kind of get to him, or he's got a lot going on in his life. So I probably shouldn't do the same thing. Got a brain tumor, all that stuff. Just had a baby. Got a lot going on. Uh, Lunkers TV, uh, he's all right. So Brian McClure says a turd is a turd. If you're talking about the Guggen baits, all I gotta say is you probably want to use them. So here's the deal: Zach Burge promotes Guggen baits, uses them. Scott Martin, Jacob Wheeler, Dustin Connell. Those are four guys that have actually accomplished a lot in fishing. They've won a serious amount of money. Now, does that mean they all use them all the time? No, it doesn't. Now, what I don't want to see is what I talked about before is knocking off a bunch or buying a bunch of Chinese Jinko stuff. I feel the Google Squad should have made their own tail design instead of just using the Strike King. That is not a Strike King tail design. So Strike King licensed the Rage Tail patent from Steve Parks. They do not own the patent on the Rage Tail. Steve Parks owns that. So I just want that out there. All they did is a little bitty flange on that. It's not the whole tail, just a little bit of flange. Um, does that make a big a difference? I don't know. Maybe it does. Um, yeah, Mark Daniels uses Guggen baits too. So yeah, Scott. I've talked to Scott myself. He told me he did invest in Guggen baits, and why not? Good businessman. I'll be honest. If I had the money, I'd done the same thing. You know, we're going to sell. But I think a lot of people really hate on the Guggen kids because let's be honest, they're having a hell of a lot better time fishing and doing this for a living than we are. I mean, I'd love to do YouTube for a living. I'd love to stick my middle fingers up the air and say, you know what, screw you guys. I'm just going to do fishing videos for a living. Um, well, MG Fishing Podcast, what I got to tell you, pony up the money and do it. I mean, that's the thing. All they did was, you know, they lost the flange. So all the baits are pretty much different. So, you know, again, don't buy Berkeley, don't buy Zoom, don't buy NetBait. If you are one of those persons that you don't want to buy Guggen baits because their bait looks just like Strike Kings, you're going to have to go out there and not buy 75 to 80% of the stuff out there. Now, I'm not really as worried about soft plastics because let's be honest, there's only so many ways you can make a lizard or a worm or a beaver style bait. And really, that's the whole loser in this deal. Reaction Innovations, man, they brought so much stuff, especially in the beaver market, and they've got freaking ding dong so many times people forgot about them. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Chris Morrow hit it right. They started from the bottom on YouTube and made it big. No, there's no way to hate. Guys, I got 10,000 subscribers. I'm a nobody. They ain't gonna watch this video. I mean, I could probably say Alex Parrott looks like a bird. Lunkers TV, he's a fake Army entry fee guy. They don't care. They know I'm a nobody. I didn't mean that, by the way. But speaking of YouTube, that's another thing that drives me nuts. Not just so much the Guggen squad, but in general. So back when I wasn't exactly doing YouTube videos all the time, and maybe I was running tackle stores, stuff like that, these freaking numbnuts that would send me direct messages saying, "Hey, if you'll sponsor me, please let me know that. Please let me know I have a YouTube channel." Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Please don't make having a YouTube channel your selling point for sponsorship if you have 10 subscribers and your best video was a year ago with 59 views. I mean, that's gotten out of hand. And what else has got out of hand is these freaking people, these guys on Facebook that I'm about to talk about, your pro staff. So let's just get into pro staff. This is my least favorite thing about fishing. It has totally ruined fishing, not just for the average angler, but for the professional angler. Is Tom and Dick's fishing page, or yes, I have a page, Baitman Baxter. I did that so I could keep people off my personal page, because I actually started doing this and was using videos on my personal page. And I said, man, I really don't want the whole world being able to see my family all the time and all that stuff, because I spew a lot of Tennessee football bullshit on there, and some people don't want to see that. So I said, you know what, I'll put all this on this other page. Fletcher Shyrock gave me the idea, and I ran with it. But these guys that are freaking getting 10% off for a pack of freaking worms, or they get a free t-shirt every 6 months, and they do a tournament recap video, and they finish 64th out of 75 boats. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit what place you finish unless you finish first or second. I don't really care. You got 64th. I don't need to see a recap saying, well, I caught my 2 dinks today on this Carolina rig daddy fat sack needleworm. Hey, bud, you only caught 2 fish in 4 days. I don't think that was the deal. You might want to try something different. I mean, that shit drives me nuts. In the fishing industry is what done it. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, 5x3 fishing. I don't know if you guys have watched what's going on with 5x3. I think that was an awesome company at one time. Great slogan, good idea. Catch you 5 fish by 3 o'clock. No excuses, because I don't like the excuse makers either. That bothers me. But you saw what happens when somebody gets a little bit of ego. So they quit shipping orders, blatant disrespect to people. It's out there. Basically said, you know, I'm not worried about it if people are too fat to get up and do something. So, long story short, that company has went from way up here to down there, and you got to take care of your customers, number one. But they built their cult, because I swear it's a cult. Because at one time, if you weren't wearing 5x3, you're a dildo. And now, if you wear about 5x3, I kind of think you're a dildo, because they've made so many people feel important. Say you're pro staff, you're pro staff, you're field staff, you're field staff. Hey, by God, buy a hat, and we're going to run a contest, and we're going to put a golden ticket. And this made me furious. We're going to put a golden ticket in one of 50 hats, and if you get it, you're field staff. Oh, great. So I bought a hat for $24.99. You gave me a ticket to get 15% off my next purchase. Man, that sounds like awesome. Why don't you just give me 15% off my purchase now, and I don't have to tell people I'm a field staff and all this stuff. And so they built up this huge empire doing this with people, and then just dropped the ball. I mean, how hard is it to ship T-shirts? It's not that hard. Now, what I understand they're doing, taking pre-orders and building X amount of inventory and shipping them out. I get that, but man, that can backfire on you. That's why I like these print-to-order companies. But 5x3 fishing, I remember 5x3s. Fat Cat Newton, Gerald Swindle, and originally Mark Daniels. Jason Christie, not the one of the dudes, is spamming my channel. Put user in timeout. Ooh, I need to get a moderator on here. So that's kind of, how I felt about 5x3. I just felt it was a cult. It was the weirdest thing. People getting freaking tattoos on them. I mean, I got a tattoo, but If something happens, no big deal. I'm going to answer a few questions before I get into some more stuff here. A video of USA made baits software. Randy Flowers uh, tells the cold truth, and people don't want to hear it. That's all I can say. So yeah, um, there's a lot of guys that there's a lot of guys out there, companies that have basically used this platform of, hey, instead of worrying about selling to a consumer, let's just promise a bunch of guys, hey, you can be on our pro staff, and we'll sell our product at 25% discount, and we'll have 2,000 pro staffers. Well, that really hurts a guy that's trying to get money. That's a good fisherman and everything. In general, what's the takeaway from this? Is the fishing industry can suck at times, and I've just got to vent. So, so you've got certain companies that have put out there. Uh, National Pro Staff started this, so their business model was send us a resume. We're going to put your resume to the top desk of people in charge of pro staffs, and then all of a sudden everybody's got carrot sticks and wearing a carrot stick jersey, and they got a tungsten company they're sponsored by. Don't even get me started on tungsten companies either, because it's all the same. Um, and they're throwing out there like, well, if you join Carrot Sticks, our team, you got to buy 12 rods at 50% off, but you're going to be on pro staff. And to some guys, that's a big deal. And me personally, if I have to pay to get my sponsorship, that's not a sponsorship, that's a sell. They are selling their product to you. They don't care if you sell 20 or 30 rods or get them in your local shop. As long as you'll buy your 10 or 12 every year, we get a couple hundred guys to do that, they're good. So I appreciate it, Sean. What's up, Terminator? But the whole Jesse, I'm not sure if they do or not. I think Shimano Canada does. Now, Shimano Canada and Shimano North America operate differently. So you're going to see some different marketing strategies from both of those. They're also very picky who they sponsor. One thing I do like about the industry is how healthy the competition is. That is very true. That I do like that. Yeah, I was pro staff for Ardent. Come to find out they sold me rods and reels for the same price they're on Tackle Warehouse. Really ticked me off. Yikes. If you have to pay anything, it ought to represent company and run. So I'm going to tell you this. Now, uh, there are some people that really enjoy promoting stuff. And I get it. Hey, I like promoting stuff. I'm wearing a 6 cents t shirt, but you guys, I don't have to defend myself. You see me use their baits. I've talked about them for years. It's great stuff. I'm not getting paid from 6 cents. I don't get paid from Strike King or Daiwa or any stuff. And they all know I'm going to use what Baitman wants to use when I want. I don't feel bad for using a Daiwa rod, even though Sticks Fishing sent me a set. And vice versa, I'm going to feel bad using theirs when Douglas just sent me a rod. I don't have any allegiances to anybody. I use a lot of Hog Farmer stuff. But you know what? I'm not going to use Hog Farmer everything just because Scott sends me baits. But what I will do is use what he sends me and say, hey, here's an idea I've got. And we'll talk on the phone and, hey, I'll help you improve that because I want good relationships with these guys. That don't mean I want to wear a jersey and plaster my truck everywhere because you never know. I mean, I obviously don't want to burn a bridge with someone's ass I might have to kiss later, but those guys have treated me really, really well. Uh, and they've taken care of me. And that's the kind of relationships I want to build. It doesn't give anybody any credibility when every 3 months they get off Facebook saying, I got to announce my new sponsorship with Deborah's LED lights. These are the best LED lights ever. Well, dude, like 3 months ago, you were telling me some other place had the best boat lights. Or, these people that I'm a pro staff manager for Bobby Deal's jigs. Okay, no one really gives a shit, buddy. That is like a joke of a job. All you used to do is look at people and go, yeah, you're on pro staff. No, you're not on pro staff. I mean, that doesn't do it for me now. Um, if you're pro staff manager of Striking or Lowrance or a company like that, that's probably a big deal. And I'll be honest, Lowrance has an opening for pro staff manager right now. It is on the internet, and I would cut about 85% of those guys' asses in the first 10 minutes. There's way too many people getting a discount on depth finders that don't even know how to use them. So, so that's another big thing. If you want to promote something, you better know about it because I see through the bullshit all the time, and too many people promoting baits, rods, real gear they don't know about. These freaking 6 gill guys, holy cow! I fought a guy in the comment section, could not understand um, why I did not like my Vic. So what happened? Got into an argument with the guy in the YouTube comment section, which is the devil, because I said I used a 6 gill reel and rod, and it felt overly mass produced and nothing special. Okay, when I say overly mass produced, I mean made in China bullshit, for a cheap price. And he got mad at me, telling me I've never, I didn't truly use it, and I can't make that assumption because I didn't buy the products. Why would I buy a product if it's freaking garbage when I tried it out? Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, I go to a car dealership and I drive the biggest piece of shit on the lot, and if it doesn't run good, I go ahead and buy it, and maybe it'll get better once I own it. It's not how the world works. And I'm sorry if these guys are sponsored by certain companies. And I got a reel from Piston Fun up there. I've showed you guys. Uh, I was supposed to do a big video on it for them, and I got to thinking, I'm going to either send this reel back. I'll give you my honest opinion. It's not a bad reel. Would I go buy it over a $79 Daiwa? No. If I want to try something different, it's great. It's not a bad reel, but it's not, you know, they're not beating Shimano or Daiwa or anything. If you want to try it, that's fine. Yeah, same guy told me Mega Bass 110 is not a jerkbait, I think. So, yeah. And you know what, guys? I just need to stop my cussing. I can freaking cuss big time. And I've got to really watch it. But dude, the whole pro staff thing, it's not even cool anymore. I'll be honest. It's so watered down and saturated. I mean, if you're not got a jersey in your profile pic or you got, you know, Jason Dangle fishing page, and that pisses me off so much. These guys, uh, they send you a friend request on Facebook or a message and says, "Hey, join my fishing page." Dude, I really don't care. I'll join your fishing page when you make a top 10 on FLW. You know. Oh, dude, yeah. So I'm just gonna call out the biggest poser I've seen in the bass fishing community, and it's no joke. There's a guy that fishes FLW. He's in the thumbnail. Uh, his name rhymes with Jason Christie. That ain't ever cashed a dadgum check in his life, and he bought his way into the FLW tour. And shame on you, FLW. Uh, you should. You cannot tell yourself you're a legit organization with the best fishermen in the world if you're letting people buy their way into your tour. There are so many more deserving anglers fishing the coastas, even the BFLs that could take that spot. That is 100% donator. I'm not going to knock the guy because he's doing something he wants to do, but I'm going to knock the process. I mean, you can buy your way on an FLW tour, and that's a damn shame. But I don't need to go like your Facebook page and watch you try to tell me how to work a sexy dog, and it's like skipping out of water and stuff. That's a funny video, and he may send me a cease and desist letter. But I like FLW, but they make some bonehead mistakes. Again, they totally ruined the BFLs by keep jacking the entry fees up. I mean, before you put gas in your boat, it's like $250 to fish as a boater on a BFL. When I first started, it was 150. I mean, it's not, exactly for the working man anymore. But I respect them because they do have the best grassroots platform out there. But they should never raise those entry fees. Excuse me. I've got two 6 gill spinning reels, and for the money, it's a great reel. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. $20 for the money, great reel. I can all get get behind that. I'm not gonna knock anybody for buying whatever they want if you get it at a good price, but to sit here and go, well, by God, it's better than your Shimano Stella because it's 6 gil and it was $20. Man, get out of here. So I don't think MLF is buying FLW at the moment. Anything could happen. That's right, Sean. No raise on the payouts. So I did not watch all the Bass Talk live. Going to buy a Swimbait head. Which would you get? Dirty Jigs, Matt Allen head, or 6 cents? Both are great. I love the Matt Allen head. If you like screw locks, go with 6 cents. If you don't want to mess with screw lock, go with Dirty Jigs. So there you go. But dude, the whole pro staff thing is freaking overblown. I've just, I hate to say it, there's a, I'm gonna catch some heat for this, and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but there's just a lot of damn dildos out there, and I really don't. And part of being that is, uh, let's see, doing recaps when you're finishing the bottom half of the field, wearing your jersey out to eat with your family. That's absolutely awful. Why do you wear your fishing jersey out on a practice day? Stupid. I mean, Major League people don't go buy King Griffey Jr. jerseys and go sit in a bar and go, "Hey, I'm King Griffey Jr. I'm on Major League Baseball teams." They don't do that. I mean, no other sport you don't buy a Deion Sanders jersey and go out and go, "Yeah, so I play for the Cowboys." People don't do that. Why are these fishermen like? I've literally had somebody talk to me at a restaurant wearing a fishing jersey and try to tell me they fished the FLW tour. And I'm like, dude, I follow fishing. You do not fish the FLW tour. I've never heard of you in my life. So, hey, and to be honest, FLW started that. They had the team boats, the Coleman boats, and all that stuff. And those guys started the jerseys, and yeah, they look cool. I see guys buy the old FLW jerseys off eBay and wear them in the fishing tournament. I'm like, dude, this guy ain't sponsored by Kellogg's. It looks like he ate the whole buffet line. I am, Chase. I am. But no, it just all gets back to here's the deal. So many guys are willing to do stuff for free just to be social media famous that it really hurts the guys that are out there grinding, got credit card debt, they got house payments, got families, and they're trying to get a legit paid sponsorship just to fish the next year. A lot of these guys, they're going to fish regardless. They got the money. Um, they're never going to be anything more than a pond hero or a co-angler, and that's okay. And I really don't have anything against co-anglers. There are a few out there that think they are God's gift at fishing, and that's okay. I have several guys and friends I think that are awesome co-anglers and do it the right way. My buddy Rob Crane, I like him pretty well. He's a good dude, great co-angler. Several guys started as co-anglers. Like Clint Davis, Justin Lucas, Stetson Blaylock, they all started as co-anglers. So my friend was debating with me how major companies like Dobbins are making the same rod but jacking the price up really high. He has 6 skill rod and swears by them. Then he bought an IMX Pro. Yeah. You put your hands in the limits, you're going to really quickly realize what a mass produced rod is. I love revenge heads, Frank. I got a box full of them right up here, buddy. Luke Duncan is the best pro on social media. I love Luke Duncan. He's had a bad year. Um, I'll be honest. Zach Burge has really good social media. He doesn't do the funny videos that Duncan and Swindle and stuff do, but dude, his social media game's strong. And so, man, what else we going to talk about here? So we've done talked about trashy women. We've talked about the Googans. Let's see. We've talked about Major League Fishing. We've talked about 5x3. We've talked about pro staff. I don't know what else there is to say. Oh, just shout out to my buddy. Tire kickers. Why is it when people So there's something about fishing industry when you have something to sell, people will commit to it, and then all of a sudden they never get back to you. One of my buddies has got like two Lorances for sale. If you're on my Facebook page, you know who it is. And he's had three people commit to buying stuff, and then all of a sudden they don't hear back from them. And when you tell somebody, hey, so and so just said they buy it, a guy's like, oh, I'll have to get back to you. And then somebody doesn't. Those people will get tired of messing with you. It's just, dude, bass boat sales are the worst. They want to know how much pressure's in the tire, how many miles have been on the trailer, has it ever been around sea slugs? I mean, does the motor sound right at 4,400 RPMs? Dude, if you want to buy the boat, come look at it, come ride in it. No need to bombard me with all these irrelevant questions. Talk about power stock boats. Daddy got to pay the bills. Yeah, you pay me, Shane, and I'll talk about power stock. How about that? That's true, Chuck. But on a Cloud 9, what hooks would you replace with? Lost them today. Factory hooks being too small. Joe, um, I would probably upgrade to number 2, triple grips, depending on what size Cloud 9 you're throwing. We'll go to number 1. I like owner treble hooks really well, ST41s. You have 10 minutes from Zach Burge and never met him. Well, he's a good dude, man. I like Zach a lot. He's kind of like me. He's going to say what's on his mind. You're either going to like that or you're not. But you know, I'm not. I've decided I'm not going to go to ICAST this year. I am going to talk to Ben Milliken and see if I can go to Nebraska and we do a special stream introducing you to the new 6 cents baits. Because you know what, ICAST has gotten the words all about who is wearing a derby jersey, and I don't want to. I see more people I've never seen in my life wearing tournament jerseys than actual pros at ICAST, and it's gotten to where it's not about the products anymore. Uh, it's getting who can knock who off. I don't like that. You know, there's certain companies out there that's what they thrive on is knocking off. You know, I give it to Z-Man. Z-Man's done a great job making great plastics that are different. They got a really cool thing on the patent. And as much as I wanted to hate on Berkeley last year for knocking off all the hard baits, they had a really awesome soft bait selection. So it really kind of evened it out. I mean, let's be honest. People's trying to make a new power worm for a long time. Do you like Denali rods? Think about getting the covert lock. Yeah, I got a couple. I like Denali. Those guys have treated me good. And it's really funny is the head staff guy at Denali called me one time because I was making fun of Denali pro staffers because they would come in the store and say, well, I'm on Denali's pro staff. I can get those cheaper. Well, why are you looking at them in the store? I mean, that's terrible. Do you have your truck wrapped with all your sponsors? I got a Dirty Jigs decal on the back of my truck, and that's it. Just because I like Kurt and Dirty Jigs. So I definitely don't have a problem with people that want to plaster up their truck with decals or put them on their laptop. Because there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I like your product and I want to put your sticker on there. But trying to pose as somebody you're not, that's not cool. Never will be. Dude, I do. I had a jersey. Yeah, Jinko has knocked off everybody. So um, build an A-rig with 5 Magnum spoons. That's awesome. Dude, cost of boats. Mike Dove, that's a great point. So Mike says a big problem I've seen is the cost of boats. MLF originally had it right. Smaller boats and motors, all basically the same. I agree with that. I like that. I would, you know, 60, 70, 80, 90,000 for boats are really ridiculous. I think you would get more people into the sport if you could do a whole big league circuit based around that small horsepower boat. But uh, it's when you go fish those really big lakes like Kentucky Lake and all that stuff. Um, that's when those smaller boats come at are at a disadvantage. I love a 19-foot boat though. Man, you can get in some good creeks. Mike, I hope you're doing well too, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Y'all actually got to see one of my subs, Mike Dove, on one of my videos where I was talking to Larry Dahlberg. He hooked me up with Larry, and I really appreciate that. Great, great dude. I'll give Shane Jewell a plug. Power Stock, if you want a great used boat, hit Shane Jewell up. He's annoying as shit, but he knows his Baitman stuff. Maybe I should make a Baitman Pro Staff t-shirt. If you guys would buy it and know that if you buy the Baitman Pro Staff t-shirt, you're not really on a pro staff. What's your take on all the custom painting of hard baits going on? I like custom painting. My buddy Mike Russell at Bag 5 Baits, he does a really good job. Ran across this guy on Instagram, Prodigy Lure Company. It's a kid, and this guy's sick. Casey at 6 Cents, one of the best custom painters to hit the game. Bill Barden, he's great. Um, that's a funny comment. You can't enforce a speed limit. That's retarded. Todd Daniel, there are those guys that don't understand what the pro staff means. There are the ones that give the rest a bad name. I will agree. So I don't want to lump all the guys that are on a pro staff in one thing. So you're all terrible, all don't like you. I have some good friends. Todd Daniel's a good example. He does everything the right way. And you know what? If you just want to promote a company because it's your buddies or you really enjoy the products, I'm not knocking on it. And you'll notice most of those guys, they know more about the products than the guys are trying to front. You can always find out who's fronting and who's not. So I'm going to answer a few questions. 6 Cents is made in China as well. Problem with China is once they get something, they'll copy and make others in different names. That's very true, Jim, man. That actually has happened to Casey on a couple colors. It's happened to plenty of people. And that bothers me about Zoom is I know they've outsourced some of their stuff to China, and they were always poured in the United States. So now Strike King actually owns a company that pours Zoom's baits. How ironic is that? What do you think about lakes having tons of soft plastics laying in the bottom? Obviously, I've contributed that in my lifetime, but now I actually kind of like it when you get on a good bite and you can make a kill pile of baits and whatnot. What's up, Tackle Junkie? Um, but what's my favorite YouTube channels? That's a good question. So I enjoy number one is Tactical Bassin. That's my favorite. I like Alex Rudd fishing and I like Ben Nowak. I watch all their videos because they're really trying to teach you something. Alex has got a great blend of on the water fishing, and he'll break down the stuff he's using. And believe it or not, I used to watch Andrew Flair back in the day. He didn't know what he was talking about half the time, but at least he made an attempt to really break the stuff down. And he was really good at conveying that to that younger audience. I do watch John B because I think John B is really talented on the computer. Very good editor. I do. He likes the power fishing too, so I'm cool with that. Bateman, you see Andy Morgan saying he was using a prototype favorite rod at this past tournament, and he was using one of his old sponsor rods with tape over logo. I did see that. Andy's a good friend of mine. I don't want to call him out too well, but let's also say this. If you've signed a big money contract with a company, and I do know Andy uses a lot of the favorite rods. He's one of the first guys, big names I knew that was going to sign with them. And I've talked to him in person, say, hey, dude, do you really like those? And he wouldn't lie to me. He said, yes, there are. He said, there's some models I'd like to see them do. And that's one thing I'll say about Favorite. They listen to those guys, and they're going to help those guys out quite a bit. I got a favorite rod. Actually, I had two, and they're really not bad at all. So back on YouTube, yes, I looked up. I like B Lat, great dude. Uh, let's see who else. Yankee Tanker Outdoors, kayak guy, crazy guy out west. Does a lot of, in my opinion, my thoughts videos. I love watching his stuff. He don't get on his big rants like this, but Mikey Balls is OG. I love Mikey Balls. MG Fishing is cracking me up tonight. I think I'm going to take that kid fishing. So, but I watch a lot of creator videos. I watch Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's my hero, by the way. Watch Fluke Master. But I watch a lot. I try to get ideas from non-fishing videos to incorporate into fishing videos. If you guys see what I mean. So, would I buy a favorite rod? Yeah. I would. Like I said, I've got two. They sent them to me. I have no issue with it. Matter of fact, I gave one to Jason Sealock at Wired to Fish. It's a big section. He said, "Hey man, go try this out and do a review on it." I do not watch Darth Sizzle. Her fate. I don't want. I don't. I shouldn't make. I'm not going to make fun of someone's looks or anything. Again, she is a lot of sizzle. That's all I can say. Obviously, I will tell you guys, saltwater market is so much bigger than the bass fishing market. You guys don't even understand. Come to Chickamauga and let's do a Joe Rogan fishing style podcast. Yeah. All right, I'm going to get another webcam and another mic, and I'm going to get a new table in here. So I'm going to do the Joe Rogan style. So I'm going to have to operate my laptop at the same time. I'm hoping I get Mark Menendez in here and go on. So I just had a late series guy message me, said I'm about to tune in. He said I hope you have roasted some asses, but no, I'm not going to call anybody out individually. There's no need in that, but there's and I'm going to wrap this up. There's a lot of really good stuff um, in the fishing industry. Where's Brent Anderson? He's gotten in Florida. That's a great question. He's gotten in Florida. Um, Vero Trophy Lakes. Look him up on Instagram, dude. They're catching giant fish. LTB and MTB, wrong with fishing industry. Okay, let's be honest. I get MTB, had LTB. I do not think the subscription boxes are bad for the industry, and here's why. I personally just like getting a random box. Now, do I use everything that's in there? No. But every now and then I get something that's really, really cool I wouldn't have bought. And one thing I say about MTB, they have really helped grow the creators. So you're seeing a lot of Mystery Tackle Box put videos out that are how to from different creators and stuff like that. In turn, that's getting more people to fish. Um, so I'm not going to knock on that. Now, those guys, it's my own fault that you're not seeing Mystery Tackle Box videos from the Baitman, but you will. Six Sense has a great. They got the Baitman box. What's more to say? I mean, why would you not buy that? But, hey, Hog Farmer could probably do subscription box. I bet Scott would really like that. So so Danny B talks. If you guys like NASCAR, you got to get on Danny B's channel. I watch his videos all the time. I'm not gonna lie, Danny. I'm thinking about stealing some of your ideas. He does like NASCAR drivers you forgot about. I want to do baits you forgot about and bass fishermen that you forgot about. But anyway, go sub Danny B if you like NASCAR racing, that kind of stuff. Great dude, great dude. So, and if you got a kayak, he does kayak wraps. I mean, this guy's awesome. Lakeford Tackle now has a sub box. It has a lot of stuff in the box for the money. Ronnie Parker's a good guy. Dude, Lakeford Tackle ring fry is the deal. The original Lake Fork craw tube was awesome. They made some good stuff. Yes, I remember D. Thomas, the founder of Flippin'. So I know that Alex Rudd and Ben Nowak are part of this new Monster Bass box, and I'm really interested in seeing that. I'll keep getting my MTB stuff, and hopefully I'll get to work out some more stuff for them. Um, Dude, Carl's Club is awesome, man. So you basically get on there, get a membership to Carl's Club, and you can get some really, really good prices. And believe it or not, I just got some of Carl's square bills in the mail. They're pretty legit. Now they're in that same kind of Lucky Craft 6 cents mold. They are a little bit cheaper, but they got some really good colors. Uh, yeah, Carl's Club is basically Amazon Prime for fishing, and I respect that. It's something different. They've really knocked the prices down, which are very affordable for many guys, and kind of doing their own baits and stuff. But that one jig, the Trashmaster jig, it's really nice. So, what's the difference between MTB and LTB? Mainly, I'll be honest with you guys, and I don't mind saying this. I was getting LTB boxes, and it was just getting like I didn't even want to show them to people on here. It was just getting nowhere. It was just garbage. like really bad. At least want to get a mystery tackle box. You get 2 or 3 really good things. There might be some stuff I don't use, but I do like how they give you some good terminals. So, man, I'd love to make a show with Zona. We would be entertaining, that is for sure. So, I try to do honest and BS, no BS reviews. Now, I want to separate. A review is not making a video and say, these are my top 5 baits and here's about it. A review is going, all right, here's a TRD tube. Here's what I did fishing wise with it. Here's how it worked. Here's how it performed. Here's how it didn't. That's a review, not saying, hey, this is one of the best baits right here. If you want to catch smallmouth in the spring, is actually rig this thing up on a Ned rig. The colors you need to use and where I like to throw it. That's not really a review. So that's true. What's the name of that fisherman that rhymes with Jason Christie? Jason Christie, with a Y. Zona wouldn't do it. He doesn't want to be second coolest guy on the screen. Nah, Zona's way cooler than me. I was hoping we get to fish Lake X this year. So I appreciate Big Red Bass. Didn't want to. I think some people thought I was really going to trash like the Coogan Squad kids and stuff like that, and I'm not going to because I'll be honest. I'd love to do this for a living eventually. And, there might be a day where John B. Rowland comes up and says, hey, Baitman, I'm in West Kentucky, man. Let's go fish, man. You want to make a banging bid? And I'd say, absolutely. Or any of those guys. Now, does that mean I agree with everything they do? No, actually, it's not. There are some guys on YouTube that I really don't care for. And there is a group of guys I've seen lately that you'll know when they get a little push from a sponsor because 4 videos or 6 videos come out from 6 different guys and they're all promoting a certain brand of bladed jigs or a certain place to buy tackle or a certain reel company, all of them at the same time. I'm like, dude, is it any more obvious somebody's paying you to do this? So Jason Christie is legit in bass. It's Jason Christie in FLW. Tag Randy Flowers. That's all I can say. So Baitman and MF live stream. Make it happen. Bring the beverages. Dude, Milliken just texted me today. He said, we're going to live stream. So, yeah, dude, that Z-Man Bank Sticks is pretty sweet. So, all right. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. Had to pause the stream. Is that Douglas Rod brand new? Yes. This is actually the Douglas DXC 784. I found it on the site. I'm not sure what model this one is, or it's the Matrix Blank. It's really nice. And I'm not just saying this because they gave me some rods, dude. Them things are light. They're built similar to a Dobbins, but they're lighter. And I really can't wait to throw swim baits on that. Awesome, Jim. I figured we'd have more than 140 views, but I don't do it all for the views. Oh, my last thing. Before I jump off here, I'm not going to beg for subscribers. I'll tell you at the front, at the beginning, subscribe if you haven't. But I'm so tired of these people on Instagram and Facebook begging, subscribe. If you don't buy this, subscribe. I'm going to kill this dog. And that will turn me off in a heartbeat. So my deal is, hey, subscribe if you want to. If you like the content, that's great. If not, I don't give a shit. I'm still going to make videos. So I think it's 249. Show us your nipples and I will sub. Yeah, that's what we should do, buddy. Show us your nipples and I will sub. I'm going to lose a bunch of subscribers if I show my nipples. So, yeah, I'll post the link for that Swimbait Rod. I'll go back. Arc rods are great rods, Derek Smith. So, I think next week we're going to talk about Ned rigs and finesse fishing in the spring because it is getting tough. And then we'll probably go over bed and baits and how to apply suntan to receding hairline. So my wife is about to get home. Alpha rods, I use them all the time. Good stuff. They're building some new rods now. Hopefully I get a few. Love custom rods. So when are we getting Baitman t-shirts? I got some Jaints t-shirts. There's a link in the description of all my videos. Go to spreadshirt.com. So, obviously, guys, Levi, thank you. Happy Easter to everyone and their family. Let's be honest. And if this offends you, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to hide it. The reason we all get to do what we love is because Jesus Christ. And this Easter is all about He has risen. Um, and Jesus paid the ultimate sacrifice to pay for our sins. And anyone sitting here says they're not a sinner, you're lying. I do every day, and obviously, I pray and I believe in Him, and I'm not going to hide that from anybody. And I am not a perfect Christian, period. And I'm not going to be that guy that sits here and preaches to you. And I drop cuss words and stuff on my video. I got bad habits, things to break. So anyway, love Easter. Great time to celebrate. I want all you guys to love your families. And I'm not going to preach your sermon, but we got to love thy neighbor. All this stuff I said that's wrong with the fishing industry, at the end of the day, you guys are all my brothers. And just because you wear a jersey to Cracker Barrel, I will give you the shirt off my back if you need it. So let's just remember that. But anyway, guys, I want you guys to have a wonderful night. And I'm not going to tell you to subscribe to the channel. Tell one of your buddies, go watch some of the Baitman videos, and we'll go from there. And support the guys that support me, 6 Cents Fishing, Baitman Box. It's on the website. Go buy Dirty Jigs. Go buy Scottsboro Swim Baits. It is what it is. Go check out Douglas Rods. Um, who else is cool? Strike King Baits. Beast Coast Fishing has sent me lots of stuff. Great company. So I want to make Bateman Jr. up some Easter eggs with some fishing motors in them. So, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Hopefully, this video didn't disappoint you, but I wanted to bring to light some things that are really upsetting with the fishing industry. And maybe if you guys like these kind of rants, we'll do some more like pick one topic. We'll talk about the good and the bad of FLW, stuff like that. I agree, Tim. And you know what? Just because we disagree on jerk baits, I'm glad you watched the channel, and I'm glad you can form your own opinion and you're not a sheep. Too many sheep in the world. So, guys, I'm going to get off here. Chris Merle, my man, uh, you're a good dude, man. I'm glad we became friends. So, going to jump off here. Got to go hang out with the kids. You guys have a wonderful, happy Easter. God bless you all. And I better not see you promoting Pack a Word for 10% off. I'll come get you. Slice you up like that.